Hey, it's Mr. Wilson. Today we're going to talk about how you can get other music besides the music that is in WeVideo if you're in WeVideo. So one of the first things we're going to do is look at YouTube Studio because you can get great music from YouTube. If you have your own Google account, that is, because I'm pretty sure that your Montgomery County account doesn't give you access to a YouTube account. So if you have a personal YouTube account, this is what you should do. If you go up here in YouTube, and you go down to YouTube Studio, and over here you'll see Audio Library. So click on that and it gives you a ton of music. One of the things you can do is search for genre. You can search for mood, dark, happy, inspirational, romantic. That's very useful because obviously for our videos we have a specific mood we're looking for. So if we wanted, for example, something dramatic, we could apply that and everything here would be dramatic. Let's take a look at one. And you shouldn't just judge it by the first few seconds. Sometimes you can skip to the middle and see what it sounds like later on. I actually really like that. That could be something that's kind of almost ambient in the background. And so if you want to download it, just go over here, click download. It'll be put in your download folder right here, and now I have that and I can use it for my productions. So that's one great way to get music from YouTube Studio. But a few other ways of getting music. You can simply go to Google and search copyright-free music. Now you can look around here at all sorts of different ways you can get music, but one good one is Bensound, and this is quite easy. You can just preview them, Better Days. Again, that sounds pretty cool. Slow, ambient, cinematic piece with a melancholy feel. So if I want that, I just click download again. Now here, it's going to tell you oftentimes in these sites, you have to attribute. So you have to copy this, and when you put it in your credits, you have to put music, bensound.com. You have to do that because you have to attribute in order for you to use it for free. And so you click download, Better Days. Now I have that in my download folder too. So now I already have two songs that I could use later on for any productions I have. And then the other thing you can do is you can just go to YouTube and you can try to find a specific song. Now this is a song that I got because this would be a great song if you were doing a Respect Substitute Teachers PSA, for example, right? This is a song called Respect by a great artist named Aretha Franklin. Okay, so this would be a perfect song. Now, I do not want you to use songs with lyrics unless the lyrics have perfect meaning for your production. So this would be a perfect song for a production about respect. You have to ask me if you're using copyrighted material because copyright is something we have to keep in mind. We do not have the right to copy other people's works unless there are specific things that we meet. Now there's also something called fair use, and we can use other people's works under fair use if we're using it in an educational setting, not for profit, and we're only using a piece of it. However, I still want you to always check with Mr. Wilson if you're using copyrighted music. And if you're not sure what copyrighted music is, it's everything that you listen to. All the music that you listen to is copyrighted. You need to make sure you ask me before you put copyrighted music or any music with lyrics into a production. If you use it like this, Respect, I would say absolutely great idea. But if you use a song by Eminem because it's your favorite jam, I will say no. It has to be some lyric-specific, perfect song. So how do you get this? All you need to do is go to Google and search YouTube to MP3. And there are lots of different places you can go. Now I'm just using this one, it's the second one here, YouTube to MP3 converter. Go to your video. Up here is what's called the URL. Copy it. I go to my YouTube to MP3 converter. I paste the link. I click go. And now I click convert. It will take a while. Once it's done converting, you click download. It will go into your download folder. You can do the same thing with all sorts of things in YouTube. If you're looking for sound effects, for example, a frying sound effect, all you need to do is in YouTube, in the YouTube search bar, put whatever you're looking for sound effect. Say, frying food. Perfect. So if you wanted to do that, you do the same thing, YouTube to MP3. If you wanted to get some ambient noises, rainy night coffee shop ambience with relaxing jazz. If you had a scene that needed that music, if you type eerie ambient sounds, this would just be a cool ambient sound for the background of a strange, spooky scene. It's not music, it's just ambient sound, which would be good for your sound design. Now I want to show you in WeVideo, I have my song. Here is my song, Aretha Franklin Respect. If I go to My Media, all I need to do is click on it and drag it into my media, and it will be put into my media. Now down here, here's my song. Now if I just add it like this, first of all, the song starts out with no noise. We can see this waveform, there's nothing. So the song doesn't start till here. I want to clear off all of this nonsense. But even then, I wouldn't want to start it like this. Because unless people know this song, which actually a lot of people would probably, but you still want to start it with the actual lyric that makes sense. So if you're using it because you have a lyric that makes sense, you want that to be the first thing. You're going to want to find the place in the music where it says the lyrics that you really want. And then you're going to edit it. So I've already done this, so I'm actually going to delete this. And I've just went to the part of the music that I wanted to, and here it is down here. And this is how I'm going to start it. This is actually fairly deep into the song, but I knew that this is where I wanted to start it. So at the very beginning of my video, it's going to start like this. R-E-S-P-E-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-E-C-T. Okay, so that's great because it's also kind of syncing to the rhythm of the music. That kind of is synced, not perfectly. I could kind of finesse it a little bit, but then at the end, so bom bom, it disappears to the rhythm of the music. Now I could finesse it even more. I'm going to put a little bit more on there. That's a little bit better. So you want to finesse it. You're not going to just have it be synced. Another thing that I want to show you is when I went to do this title, I did a manual. I adjusted the size because the size originally was very small. It was something like this or even smaller. It's usually set on auto like this. That's how big it was. But I wanted the respect part to be larger, so I just clicked on manual and I just hit this and I made it a lot bigger like that. Okay, so now it's synced and I've got the part of the song that I want there.
Now we need to talk about within Final Cut. We can go to the music section, which in the newer version, remember, it's in the upper left corner, but here, this is the old version, it's in the bottom right, and we can access our iTunes library. But for our music, I'm going to show you actually something else that I want you to do, and that is, it's much better to look for your music on iTunes first, and 95% of the time you're going to use free play music. So up here in the library, you can type free. Over here, you're only going to see things that have the word free in it. So, and if there's any other stuff on the iTunes library, you're not going to see it, which is good because normally you don't want to see that. Now the reason why you want to look at iTunes instead of going through Final Cut is because the album tells you what kind of music it's going to be. So if you're looking for something that's sad and slow for your production, you probably don't want tech grooves, right? TV themes? I don't know, what the heck is that? Yeah. No, Full Force Battle, that's not what we want. The album should give you an idea about what it's going to sound like. Alternative rock? No, we're not going to want alternative rock. Soundtrack suspense? That's not what we want. Drama? No. Comedy? No. Action? No. Maybe one of these acoustic guitar songs would be kind of sad and slow. So Silent Place, let's see. That sounds pretty good for for a sad and slow, but actually I'm looking for something that's actually a little bit scary for this production, so I'm going to go to action mystery, see what this sounds like. That sounds pretty good. So only human, I'm going to notice what it's called. And you're going to probably want to spend a little bit more time looking. But over here, I know it's only human, so I'm going to put only, and there's my song, only human. So I'm going to click, hold, drag, and I'm going to put it below my video. And I'm going to put it at the very beginning and let go. And actually, I'm going to make this title a little longer because I think it could be synced even a little bit more. If I make this title longer, I might be able to really sync it up with the title. So let me see what this is going to look like. That's good. And finally, also, we should remember we can get music from WeVideo. First of all, I definitely do not want you to go here and use this music here. This is a very limited amount of music, and so I really don't want you to use these because I hear these all the time because a lot of students go here. Instead, if you go to your stock media, which is up here, and then make sure that instead of having all here, which will give you video and pictures, etc., we go to audio, and then we can type whatever we're looking for: action, or sad, or my favorite, comedy. Great comedy stuff. So if you want to use this, all you need to do is put it into your audio file and export it. Click finish, export it, put it in your Google Drive, and you can set it as just an audio only, and it will give you an MP3 export, and you can get that music from WeVideo, which is a very huge and great library to use also.
That's how you can get more music, better music, other music, also sound effects, especially you're going to want to use for your TINU and for sound design, using ambient sounds in your videos for good sound design. So that's some ways to get other sounds and music for your productions. Good luck.